It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, Maiyegun don't come, my people make we shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun diary politico, Maiyegun don't come, this one not the off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, and in the touchlight every corner, Maiyegun don't come. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder. Maiyegun don't come. My people make we shout. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun diary politico. Maiyegun don't come. This one not the off in mind. Maiyegun don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Maiyegun don't come. My people make you shout. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun diary politico. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun diary, number one.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó.
Maiyegun diary, number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Maiyegun diary, number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun diary.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live.
Maiyegun diary, number one.
Bó bá ṣe rere, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary, number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe rere, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, number one.
Maiyegun diary.
You have seen Shege. Shegent you.
Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ máa.
Politics is not a game. I will continue to remind you.
Kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Maiyegun diary.
Read the caption of the broadcast, the description, share the broadcast, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Remember the Buhari Danes, the Buhari Didirins, the Buhari Dinotus, the Buhari Dijatus.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Buhari Shukus, the Ngozi Aris, the Nneka Aris, the humbled slaves, the sophisticated morons, the Lagos Abobaku of this world. the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all risers. Who forget their uncles and aunties abroad. They are Brodian bat idiots. All of the bat starts their clan. Tell them, Maiyegun today.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé ẹ̀sùnra yìí aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o ayé ẹ̀sùnra yìí òkúra olóṣèlú ayé ẹ̀sùnra yìí ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra yìí ayé ẹ̀sùnra yìí.
Today. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you. From wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun Live. And even though a lot of you will still want to believe that politics is just a game. And listen to this. I am kind of partly happy now that a lot of you are learning to keep grudges. The usual bogus, let's move on. Just move on. Now I can see that a lot of you have learned not to move on and learned how to keep grudges. Because why? If there is something that legitimizes your total rejection of anything and everything Thiefnubu, is because of you or your fear of a time like this. You are right. That legitimizes your anger and rage. So the first one, politics is not a game. It is a life and death decision making. And you cannot put that on the pedestal of a game, winner or loser. Ladies and gentlemen, today, those of you who continue to call out APC Egbekegbe, Thiefnubu, and their gang, like I said, your your opposition is legit. Because for some of us, we knew the trajectory that APC was taking Nigeria. It is a trajectory that would either lead into a civil war. Because why? A country that is so mismanaged, with that kind of large number of people, where you have the highest concentration of poor people, of course you are going to see increase in crimes. You're going to see increase in all this hatred and all this that are kind of flying about. So what will end it? Everyone will tear themselves apart. That is the trajectory that APC Egbekegbe is taking Nigeria. So some of us who really want Nigeria to break up, we are not sort of envisaging a violent breakup, right? But the trajectory that APC Egbekegbe is taking Nigeria to is exactly what will happen. A violent breakup of Nigeria. And for those of you who probably felt like it's a game, let's come back to you. Today, every one of you, you are a living witness of what Nigeria is today. Okay? So for those of you who somehow They have started gaslighting. For example, listen to this. They agree that things have gone south, things have gone bad, worse beyond anything, right? But in order for them to not take responsibility, they sort of push it back to you. Some of you, the obedient, they push that back to you and ask, what would Obi have done? There's nothing anybody could have done. Oh, the reasons why you don't, the reasons why you are this angry at APC Egbekegbe is not because they have failed you or destroyed Nigeria. It is because Obi didn't win. That's gaslighting. They do that to some of you, don't they? Yeah, they do that all the time. Make you feel like there's nothing you could have done. Listen, you don't take responsibility for those who enabled criminals to perpetuate a civilian coup, okay, which has now resulted into you having a senile drug dealer, certificate forger as your president. So he should be held responsible, not you being gaslighted that, oh, the reasons why you are not happy is not because they have destroyed Nigeria. It is because Peter Obi is not your president. Now, don't take responsibility for that, though. It is called gaslighting. They should take responsibility for what they have done to Nigeria, not what could have done or what could have happened or whatever it is. Right. APC Egbekegbe was rejected everywhere. Let that be on record, brethren, because I would rather deal with facts now than make up or whatever emotion that runs riot anywhere, right? Factually, in Lagos, it was obvious that Yorubas, Hausas, Igbos, Ijos, all of the over 200 ethnic nationalities that have been confirmed to be residents of Lagos of today rejected APC Egbekegbe outstandingly. That's a fact. But you know what happened? They manipulated it, changed the whole thing, and they kept themselves there. However, you would expect, okay, maybe the poll was wrong. Koolu is now their president. Even though people are being slaughtered and massacred in middle belt part of Nigeria as we speak, right? Koolu should be at home in Lagos, the supposed mega city of Africa. So then a video popped up today. The reason why I am not going to go all out on the people is that factually APC Egbekegbe was rejected in that Lagos. Thiefnubu scored 147,000 votes. Peter Obi scored over 980,000 votes. So they were resoundingly rejected, right? So which means they were never popular there. Remove the violence, remove the manipulation, remove the threats. The reason why their hatred towards the Igbo is so strong is because they believed that the Igbos influenced the rejection of a Thiefnubu in Lagos. It's like they felt like the Igbos were like the alternative authority to them that could indeed get rid of them. But Yorubas, who are the majority in Lagos, rejected them. That is a fact. No matter how you feel towards the people in Lagos, no matter what name you want to call them, no matter anything you kind of feel, emotion is different from facts. Even in their Sharide election, they beat them. They beat them silly to the point that the shock forced them to begin to shout from our lokan to Yoruba Ronu. We saw all of that, all documented here. They were rejected. Nobody wanted Thiefnubu or APC. They were rejected. That got them so mad that they intensified Igbo versus Yoruba tribal war. We saw all of that, didn't we? However, we also saw those who enabled them. The ones who were like, Yoruba Ronu, omeni ole shedi bebere, kalofile kesi di omo elomi, our pikin no fit get fat ass, mo go put bead on top another person's pikin's ass. I don't even know where that come from. Anyway. I want lokan. And I came here then, I said, look at me very well. You will be so dumber than the doorbell to believe that when they say Yoruba lokan, ohun lokan, do you really think they are talking about you as a Yoruba person? I came here, and those of you who bought seats, you thought you were fighting for Yoruba, Abi? The Igbos are this, the Igbos are that, and the blah blah, and the blah blah, Abi? Fine, you called your own fellow Yorubas Omoale for person we no know him papa. Thiefnubu. We no know him papa, we no know him mama. Or who rejected them, or this father, or this mother. Somebody we no know him papa, you called others Omoale for Omoale. Tio Neron. And I told you, you get that? So we know those of you who enabled them. 7 months, 7 months. They did not open a market that is meant for Yorubas. Everybody is buying from the same market. Everybody is facing the same hardship. Everyone is now. Some of them are kind of now making it like, but that's not how we reject. We regretted it. We didn't expect it. Che madden. What were you expecting? You were living in Lagos. They were telling the world, Lagos is small London. And you think Benu Shanti. You living in ghetto. No road, no light, no water, no medical, no school. You are living in ghettos. But no, they want to come and take Yoruba land. They want to come and all of that nonsense that you spilled. I told you it wasn't because of you. So when the koolu is presently in Lagos, and you would expect at least he is at home, everybody should be so happy to see him. You know what I mean? They were not happy to see him. You pass through their market, push them aside. I want you to pay attention to this video, right? Look at that environment. That is their Lagos. The mega slum. The mega shitty of Africa. And the sound that rented the air was people screaming, Ebing Pawao, Ebing Pawao, we are hungry, oh. Hunger is killing us, oh. Why Thiefnubu? Just like, when you have the president of the ghetto, showing the opulence, driving the luxury, showing the wealth and power, okay? I mean, come on, Yoruba land. Like I said, pay attention to the surroundings. Pay attention to the area. That is the mega shitty Lagos. Wow. Did you see that Varon, right? And I can tell you this for free. Okay. I mean, the reasons why a lot of them will claim that ghetto, okay, and use that to cause tribal or push tribal, religious, and every other rhetorics out there is because if you get to other part of the same Yoruba land, you will be so sorry for what you would say their democracy have done for the people of that region. Poverty everywhere. I mean, like, everyone know someone or family that is going through it right now, that they can testify and say, well, they are really going through it, man. People are really, really going through it, man. So at the end of the day, there was no special market for the Yorubas. There's no special this for anyone. So rather than take responsibility, they are telling you to work with them. You need to at least, let's support them. Ask yourself, what exactly do they want you to do? All right? To bring back the ruined, and the one they still continue to ruin, the ruined economy of Nigeria. What exactly do they want you to do that you are failing to do? Right there, you are still watching them. Somebody who said he will continue from where Bokuwari stopped. Look at it today. Like I said, a lot of us knows the trajectory. The trajectory means as things were going, if nothing is done to stop it, Nigeria is headed for a disastrous end, a civil war, something that is worse than what you've ever seen before. And APC Egbekegbe, right, robbed you, and a lot of you turned that into banters. You turned that into games. This is your life, your future, the life of your children, your real existence. They are the real threats to your existence, whether you are a northerner or a southerner, Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, Igbo, whoever you are. What they represent is a calamitous end to everyone. And a lot of you are now building personalities around vileness, around hatred, around all these things you built around the religious, tribal, ethnic divisions, right? You are building personalities on them, helping APC Egbekegbe to actually achieve what God knows, if they knew what they were planning to achieve, the complete balkanization of Nigeria. Nigeria will be so broken that whatever pieces that is left, I don't know if people will be able to kind of bring themselves together. You know why? A lot of us believe that if nothing happens, just wait for it. I mean, who would have believed that one day Nigerian naira will be exchanged for, a pound sterling will be exchanged for over 1,600 naira. Who would ever have dreamed of that? But APC Egbekegbe, they started making you feel like you can normalize all abnormalities by using different excuses, including tribal, religious, what have you, that a lot of you have really, really built personality around. Because that's what you're doing. You are helping them to what? To take Nigeria down the drain that even you probably have no clue. They left insecure. Gone are the days when if you hear about people being kidnapped, everybody will be like riled up. Oh my God, how did that even happen? How could they let that happen? And all of that stuff. Then we want people held responsible. APC Egbekegbe came. They started normalizing that. Kidnapping people, ransacking villages, killing and massacring people. They started normalizing that. They started criminalizing those who talk about them. So while this terrorism was going on, Nigeria, they were losing. People were, Nigerians who are like farmers, growing their own food, supposedly working towards reduction in importation of food. Terrorism came. Terrorists started killing people. They started killing people for no reason. Nigerians started moving to the refugee camps. Farms were shot. Farmers were killed. All of this were happening. And nobody was allowed to be alarmed. APC Egbekegbe started normalizing that. Now they started complaining about those who complain about it. They started calling people who called them out. They started calling them the aggressors. Those who are inciting the people. So in 8 years, APC Egbekegbe normalized terrorism. APC Egbekegbe normalized corruption. APC Egbekegbe normalized the death of the judiciary. APC Egbekegbe also saw to the end and the barrier of the civil society organizations. People were now left in the hands of animals who have no responsibility at all. So when you now talk about it, you are considered an inciter or somebody who is trying to start you know what I mean? That was what APC Egbekegbe did in 8 years. And we said, if they finally perfect this and a lot of you get used to that, or you normalize that, the end result is that you will close your eyes, open your eyes, and Nigeria will be gone. That would be a good thing for people like us who are asking for the peaceful breakup of Nigeria due to cultural, civilization clashes and differences. Let us peacefully discuss this union and go our separate ways respectfully so that we can go and take care of our own problems by ourselves, for ourselves, sink or swim. Sink or sail. It will be our own responsibility for everyone who kind of opt out of this contraption. But with the way they are going, with the level of division they have already planted, with what they have made it to normalize, brutality, killings, corruption, abuse of power, all of this, they all have their effects. Today, Nigeria is broken and broken. No thanks to APC Egbekegbe. So some of you still want to turn around and you still want to throw banters. You did hear what I said from the beginning? To those of you who are still standing, whether you are one of those who went out there to go and participate in their charade as obedient, no grief for anybody. Are you with me? You are not responsible for the destruction of Nigeria by APC Egbekegbe, and you will not answer any question that what would you do differently? Nobody would. I mean, it is none of your business anymore. You see what they are doing right now is what you tried to stop by following them in getting their poverty validation card. A lot of you fought hard. Some of you lost your businesses, jobs. Others lost their lives. Many are living with a lifetime scar simply because they tried. They tried to stop the projection of something that is not in anybody's interest, whether you are Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, Igbo, and all of that. APC Egbekegbe does not represent anything good. So, if any of their actions or what have you make you think you are better off is because you are stupid. In the whole scheme of things, you are their victims too. So when those who tried their best to stop APC Egbekegbe were being killed, a lot of you thought, like some people were saying, they thought Thiefnubu was coming with the solution. That's what you believed, right? Now that Thiefnubu is not giving you any solution, you are angry that those who try to stop you and stop Thiefnubu and his criminal gang, you are angry that they are not giving you breathing space. You are saying they are blaming you for your choice. Are you mad, Dini? Your choice has brought untoward hardship, untoward, what do you call it? You know, the never seen before poverty. The economy is tanked, and it's going to even be worse. So you are mad that because you have I have a choice. You shouldn't be talking anymore. Like, seriously. And that's the problem. The problem is that you believe that you could indeed support murderers, those who are destiny killers, those who are out to get you. They don't give a damn from where you come from. Their actions and inactions, they will all come back to haunt you, happen to you. And that's why we say, when we say, may Nigeria not happen to you, APC Egbekegbe is the weapon fashioned against you. So whether you are licking their asses, whether you are kind of their vuvuzela or champion of any nonsense that in your head, your choice has brought death. You should kind of take it and take responsibility for that. Not you trying to kind of feel like, is it because you are hating me because of... No. I am not in support of people hating people. I'm very much in support of people holding people responsible for their own actions. A lot of you are not really interested in, taking responsibility for your actions, right? When you see young men who come out to say this, young men, one of them is this. So this one is like one of their worst civilian terrorists from northern Nigeria, right? This young boy, right? He breathed ethnic hatred. He eats and drink and breathe it. But most times when I look at them like this online, sometimes I just shake my head like, take a look. It is not a game, all right? What APC Egbekegbe represents, they do not represent Fulani, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, or anybody. These are a group of criminals from every ethnic nationality whose action and interest is just about themselves. And if their actions and interests causes the death of anyone and everyone in any part of Nigeria, it doesn't really make any impact on them as long as it doesn't affect whatever they have as part of their power sharing arrangement. So when you now look at them, and somebody says, it is going to ruin Nigeria if an Igbo man become president of Nigeria. And a young man living in Nigeria of today, okay, thinking this is a game. We are bigger than you. We have power than you. We are superior than you. The victims of terrible leadership, bragging in their own emptiness. Sure, you understand? So an Igbo man triggers more hatred because he wants to be president of Nigeria. A supposed one country, one people. That's where the lies. Why would an Igbo man want to contest election with a Fulani and a Yoruba man? What audacity. Man, definitely they are the most dangerous people then. And all hell let loose. A lot of you were swimming in that big guttry. And then you ended up with a drug dealer. Okay? And then somehow you are still so happy, even though you are not. You are happy that at least an Igbo man is not the president of Nigeria. I mean, where is that Nigeria? Which Nigeria exactly? This one? This particular one? Right. So they ensure of that, making you feel like that gives you some sense of what? Sense of superiority in a shit hole that these criminals continue to grind and then what do you call it? About to be buried. So you are going to wake up one morning and there will be no Nigeria anymore. And no thanks to the APC Egbekegbe. So when they said they were crying, I said, oh, I have a preaching. I mean, I actually have a video for that. Let's use this. For those of you who believe that it's actually a game or whatever, let me tell you this. Like I have said before, except something happens that stops APC Egbekegbe on this journey, ladies and gentlemen, you will wake up one morning and you will find that Nigeria no more, like completely gone. Trust me, okay? Except something happened that stops them. Except that. But until then,
in the time of poverty like this, the economic principle of Yusuf is what everybody should apply in his own lives. Eat little, save more. You don't know what is happening. Kese la nri lowo, makasakasa timbo. A dollar was just 800 naira or thereabout a couple of months ago. Now a dollar is over 1,000 naira. How much will it go? Nobody knows. Tori to nse falafulu. Ogba salary kilawa. Igberaga week. Ogbera re sanle láìpẹ́. Eat little and save more. Ayé tá ń jẹ chicken kọ́ la wà yìí mọ́. Ayé shawarma kọ́ mọ́. Ayé ice cream kọ́. Mu gààrí. Jẹ́ pọ̀nmọ́. Gbàgbé táwọn doctor sọ pé kò ní nutritional value. Kí ló fẹ́ nutritional value pẹ̀lú kíní? Jẹ́ pọ̀nmọ́. Mu gààrí orí ẹja. Wàláì kò rẹ́rìn. Bọ́ọ̀bá lọ ṣe falafolo pẹ̀lú owó ìyà ó jẹ ọba kẹ́. This is the time to save more. Kálukú ló maintain salary school àwọn ọmọ níṣẹ́. I started by paying 25,000 naira per term 2 years ago. Last year, 50,000. Wallahi, this year is 100,000 per child. Now, imagine having 4 kids going to school and I have to pay over 1.2 million naira in a year. Divide my salary in a year by 2. How much will remain? Gas is in Benley. Pampers in Benley. Èmi náà sọ ọmọ bọ́ yín ra fìlà yín ra sọ. Mbo ní ká fi gbogbo yín sí ibadallah. So this is the time to apply the basic principle of economics of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. Save more, eat a little. Somebody told me there is nothing to save. I told him you are a liar. Where do you get money to buy data and check Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram? You are on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, on WhatsApp. You are everywhere. And you say there is nothing to save. The money you use to buy data, save it. Do you need data to survive? Kí data ọ̀tọ̀ dé kí là ń lò? Ṣé àgbáyé ni? This is a basic fact. Unless your data is fetching you money, wallahi ò need the data. Kò need kó maintain lọ Nigeria láyé, kí ló kàn bẹ́ẹ̀? You don't need it. Unless your data is fetching you money, we are spending more on until consume wa juntan save lọ. Ó lè máa wò pé lò.
Àtisebo, àtisete, àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́, àtisete, tìtó òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́, àtisete, kágbàdé fálárì, àtisete, kágbẹ̀bí fálárì, àtisete adájọ́ ń parọ́ torí owó, àtisete òdìlú ń parọ́ nítorí ipò, àtisete, èdò gbówó mi, níṣẹ́, àtisete, ìjà ń jà aráàlú, àtisete.
From our lokan to Yoruba Ronu, from Yoruba Ronu to ebi ń pa wá o. But let me tell you something. Whatever it is that you are going through in Nigeria right now, I have a very good news for you. Yes. Continue going, because it is just about to get started. Like I said, a lot of things that would ordinarily have triggered national protests, the cost of living crisis, the level of unemployment, the level of insecurity that is also contributing to all of this economic downturn. A lot of you today, millions of you, would have changed that. But something happened, which a lot of people believe is not ordinary. And I don't believe it is not ordinary. Some believe that APC Egbekegbe uses juju jazz on the people. And I said, No, I don't believe that. To some of you who have read about, was it Sterling or Gorbachev? I'm not sure. I think it was Sterling, the former leader of the USSR. He did something. And what was that? They said he grabbed a chicken, a live chicken, and he started plucking the feather. As he was plucking the feather, the chicken was screaming, caw, caw, caw. Then he plucked the feather up to the last one until the chicken became very naked. And immediately he dropped the chicken. The chicken got staggered away from him. Then he dipped his hand in his pockets. And there came pieces of corn or maize. And he started dropping the the maize one by one. And the chicken started picking it up one by one until the chicken walked his way back to his feet. Then he grabbed it again. And he faced his comrades. And he said, when you torture people, not like in direct words, right? Like when you discipline people, you conditioned them to do your bidding, okay? Especially if they consider their staying alive depends on you. And that is what APC Egbekegbe did. When they came in 2015, what they did was to attack the core out or the strength, or where people draw strength from, the economy. They attacked the spending capital of the people, devalued the currency, normalized the round tripping, destroyed the economy enough that people's value started dwindling, devaluing their currency every now and then. People's standard of living started dropping, but they didn't notice in time. They were like the frog put in a frog in a water-filled pot, okay, on some of it on fire, right? And then once the temperature of the water begins to change to kind of a warm to boiling point and all that, the frog usually kind of find a way to adjust. So APC Egbekegbe, right, started weakening the people without even making any noise about it. By the time people would realize, millions of them have fallen into poverty. Their business is gone, investment gone, savings gone. Some even lost their relationship, lost their family. Some lost their lives. In all of this, people started scrambling for survival, whatever they could do to survive, whatever they could do to get away from the pang. And this got people so busy that today in Nigeria, even those who pretend to be rich, everybody is living for the day, living and worried about what it's going to be like tomorrow. No thanks to APC Egbekegbe. So they weaken the people internally because they got them in a stage, to a stage whereby they got used to that. They got used to not being able to afford 3 square meals. They got used to not being able to afford their medication. Like it became something that they were like, maybe it's going to get better, it's going to get better. While APC Egbekegbe continued to pay fufu sellers, telling people that all their sacrifices will pay off one day. It will pay off one day. It will never pay off. You are going to die expecting everything to be different. It's never going to pay off. And that is where I come in to remind you that they might change personnel. The idea is still the same. Just take a look at what they are doing, not what they are saying. So APC Egbekegbe came to do 3 things. Okay? To steal, which is to loot. To destroy, which is to divide. Then to kill, which is to end. And all these three things are what you can call the doom of Nigeria. So you can pretend all you care. You can try to hide under any tribal, religious, whatever nonsense in your head. You can continue to push the fight, that mental fight in your head. That's yours when you're done. The person who told you to eat mugari, jekmomo, ori eja, today, people can't even afford them. And every one of you can tell what people are passing through around you, even what you are going through yourself. It is not even limited to those who are in Nigeria, including us who are not in Nigeria. And then you realize that Maiyegun said, when they say Yoruba lokan, they are not talking about you. They are not talking about me. You will be so stupid to have believed them. You will be so dull. You would have become so, you'll be a dumbo person to have been thinking that you are fighting for Yoruba because of Thiefnubu. I'm going to replay that video because some of you just joined. This was supposed to be Thiefnubu's base. This was supposed to be the beautiful Lagos, Abi. You see what it is, right? So when you are done lying to yourselves, right? I mean, you are eventually going to come back and tell yourself the truth, won't you? Before the election, it was this. Akabi. That was before election. Or this. And then 7 months after to this. Say person way popular, person will win election, and he's currently at it. Even Bokwari, as worse as Bokwari was, Bokwari go de waka for Daura. Have you not seen those videos then? People will be on the street. Bokwari, will be you will see him walking about in Daura. Koolu, we no win election. Come be like saying Sambisa in day. This is not Lagos, so this is their mega shitty. 7 months after. just for the sake of those who probably don't understand Yoruba, most of the chants you are hearing in the background are people screaming at the convoy, okay? We are hungry. We are hungry. People are dying of hunger. Hunger is killing us. Hunger is killing us, Asiwaju. We are suffering, Asiwaju. And then others were making comments like the guy who called him, you see, that's him coming. That's his car coming soon. Look at them. Probably they knew what people would do to them. Look at security. That's the kind of chat or conversation you are hearing in the background, though. They were having a chat like, look at them. See, they are bringing all of this security. Maybe because they know that people could probably attack him and all that. Then when they got to the part where you saw the military with gun, what do you call that? Gun vehicle. Something you usually use in war front. In a civilian enclave, in a supposed base of the presidiot, because he didn't win any election. Here you get. If people voted for you, you should be able to walk around them. You should be able to mingle with them. But he was their landlord. He was their tax collector. All of them in that place, they pay tax to him simply because he was governor of the same place for 8 years. They call it mega shitty. It is actually mega slum. The entire state has no drinking water. Of course, it shock you. Why are you pretending? The entire state has no public drinkable water. You have to provide your own water. The entire state has no single drainage system. Do you understand what that means? No real drainage system. The entire place has less than 10% motorable road. I'm not making it up, or you can go and do your research. And some of them are actually being generous. They don't have their own electricity. Do you understand that? But because it is the place with the only seaports, approved seaports in Nigeria, everyone from every part of Nigeria would have to go there and transact. So what Thiefnubu and gang does is they collect tax. They are tax collectors. So they take money. And that is their pride. They can tell you, we used to generate this. We're now generating this. But when you ask them, what do you do with it? They will fight you. Because the guy that has that 53 convoy cars there, right, collect 30% of every tax collected in that state for life. So they didn't vote him. He lost in that place. Like, factually. So all of now, where they like to you take a jibe at the Yorubas or take your jibe at the Lagosians. Now, because say some of you don't like Yorubas or you don't like Lagos or whatever it is, that's your personal problem. But if we are using facts here, the system in Nigeria allow people like Thiefnubu to exist. Do not think that people don't know. On record, it was defeated. It was soundly rejected. Those who were shouting, our lokan, now them come they shout, Ebin power, and again, Enikalomo. Enikalomo means that a person that in touch now can really explain to you better. So a lot of you are going to realize that Yoruba lokan, Igbo lokan, Hausa lokan, all this nonsense are not because of any of you. Politics is not a game. It's not Chelsea versus Man U. You cannot call people sore losers. When you watch criminals, you usurp the power of choosing the leadership. They usurp that only to give you a country that everybody is screaming and crying. And you are saying some people are sore losers. Show dumb buni. So all of you, we know where they go bomber to bomber with all these criminals, Thiefnubu and those who are trying to gaslight you. and the rest of those who are calling you, don't give up. Oh. No grief for anybody, because it is your life we are talking about here. The life of your children, your own future, the future of your own children. So it is not Chelsea versus Man U. This is not El Clasico, Barcelona versus Real Madrid. This is a lifetime, this is a life issue. Thiefnubu and gang and what they represent will push you deeper into where a lot of you that are still doing big men, big women today, you too will scream, being pamio. And then you will realize it is not about where you come from. It is the fact that you are currently experiencing a state capture where people will be telling you that whatever you are going through right now, just endure for a while, okay? It's going to get better. And I am saying to you that it's not going to get better. Then you are asking me, what should you do? No, don't do anything. You will soon line up on the street too and start shouting, whatever you think you can do, or you watch your children go to sleep hungry. You understand? You will tell yourself what to do. I won't be the one to tell you. Just look around you. It is what they represent, Abi. Your 2024 budgets. Una no get money. Listen to this. This is also part of why when you talk about them and somebody is saying Igbo versus Yoruba, Hausa versus Ijo, how dumb can people really be? Everybody is collecting from every part of Nigeria. And there shouldn't be any time for all this useless rivalry than if you have a chance of chasing all of them away. Take back your destiny and break up Nigeria. May everybody just go peacefully. You should do it. Not bragging about empty supremacy or power over this or that, when we are actually, all of us we are victims in the waiting. Now all of us be victims. We are just waiting for our time. Sure, you understand now? You won't waste your time fighting, you won't waste your time fighting this tribal, whatever nonsense. Because what APC Egbekegbe represents, by the time they are done with everybody, Omo Yami, we will barely recognize who we are anymore for those who survive that. So, going forward, those of you who are holding grudges, I encourage you to continue to hold your grudges. Do not let anybody talk you out of it and say you are overreacting. You are a sore loser. You are not, because you see, everything you stood against is what is now happening. They want to force you to accept it, normalize it. Let them call you hater. Let them call you names. This is you fighting for your life. Do not compromise. Don't grieve for anybody. Like they say now, right now, they say almost 2024. I know they grieve for anybody. If you are taking your stand and saying that until Thiefnubu and APC Egbekegbe and their mission and everything until they perish, you can make that your own 2024 resolution. Yeah, that's it. See, this is the temple of truth, right? And there are 1001 non-violent way to demystify the fraudulent, violent, and criminally minded people. The parish of APC Egbekegbe, the parish of Thiefnubu and his 48 thieves. You can make that your 2024 resolution, because make I no lie you, you see that 2024, everything that Thiefnubu and his gang represent is out there to kill you. Do you understand what I said to you right now? Every of their action policies in 2024, listen to me, is to kill you. A lot of you are going to try to adjust. A lot of you are not going to make it. Yes. And because of this, if you are considering reducing the tempo because they are saying you are a sore loser, they are saying because you lost election, because to them it is about election, it's just a game, move on. Listen to me, oh. You are not a sore loser, you are fighting for your life, Neo. Anything that will destroy Thiefnubu, destroy the APC, destroy everything they represent, because you see, like always, what they represent is what to destroy you. They will destroy your businesses, they will destroy your jobs. A lot of you are going to fall into more poverty. They don't get money. They wrote budget, the budget that they were going to borrow money to fund. They had no money. Oh. It was because of borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. That is why naira to dollar is today over 1,200, 1,300. Oh. The real people suffering this are not them, but you, who have to depend a lot on so many of these international transactions and the rest of them. And those of you who are like international businessmen and all that. Now you go suffer, Ramo. Now they plan to borrow more. That's the plan. They are planning to borrow more. Despite all of that, right? In that their budget, they are planning to tax you for whatever they can get. Print more money like a Emefiole. Are you listening? Then they are planning to borrow more than 80% of the entire budget, but they are lying to you that they are expecting to generate this and that. They are kind of they are going to service the debt with 9 trillion. They are going to the defense. All of these are just like the usual. But the difference is that Nigeria is really, really broke and broken. They know it. You see, the spending galore and the rest is continuing. So what does that mean? Naira is going to fall more. Before middle of June 2024, $1 may have become 2,000 naira. These guys, yesterday there was a news that came out yesterday, and they said, you remember that $3 billion they wanted to collect from the Afrexim Bank? Now let us circle back, because it's like I'm taking you on a roller coaster there, Abby. Sorry, this is me trying to tell you that whatever hardship you are seeing today, and they are telling you that they are doing something, that everything will become different from next year, give them time. A lot of you would want to believe them, but this is me now trying to tell you that whatever you have faced in 2023 and from 2015 so far is going to be a child's play to what you are going to face in 2024. It's not what they are saying, it is what they are doing. They told you they removed subsidy, didn't they? And with other lies, Dangote Refinery, Port Harcourt Refinery, and all those lies they told you about, right? They also tried to manage to put that in their 2024 budget, okay? Remember, they already got an approval for about, 3 or 4 trillion supplementary budget, which none of you actually questions how they spend that anymore. Now, what they import from that supplementary, they have put that in that 2024, is still not enough for them. I told you. Now, when they go to their Senate, they have padded it and padded it and padded it. They have padded your budget with extra 1.2 trillion naira. Okay? And in all of that, they are spending at least, the way their budget says 75% on recurrent, including debt servicing, including all the houses they want to renovate, the yacht they want to pay for, the new aircraft they want to buy, and every other thing they put in there, right? None of this is going to bring anything back into Nigeria, okay? It's just going to be money spent out, but they didn't have the money. So where are they going to get the money? They will print the money. They will borrow the rest. Now, they just took a tranche. They are planned to peg the dollar to naira at 770 naira to $1. It's not because they are planning to boost your economy or put any money inside the economy that is eventually going to help production, cut down importation, and save them some money. And they can say, oh, that has affected the exchange rate. Now that we have something to back up the dollar, the naira, right? But that wasn't the plan. Sorry. When I saw that pop up, that thought I was going to freeze. Give me a sec.
A town hall different from blue. Bulaba. A town hall different from blue. Bulaba. A town.
I knew that may freeze, so I had to kind of slow down and wait for it. So it did freeze. Sorry about that. Like I said, there wasn't any plan to say, oh, that was going to. So their plan was to secretly borrow $3 billion from Africa Exim Bank, which is an Export-Import Bank of Africa. Okay. And the idea, the deal was they were going to give them crude oil worth that $3 billion. The bank was going to provide the cash. So their plan was to take the money to the central bank for their friends who are demanding for dollars. The reason why Naira dollar keeps rising, right? So they will now subsidize the dollar for the oil marketers. So they don't need to go to the bank, okay? They don't need to go to the bureau de change or anything. So they will share the money into some banks, and then you can go there. So by that, they can tell the banks how much they should sell the dollars. So with that, the news can say Naira has gained power. Thiefnubu's policy is working. Naira to dollar has crashed to 800 Naira to $1. Yes. Tinubu's policy is working now. Okay, that's it. Let's give him time. Let's give him time. Let's give him the next one. They will say, oh, Naira to dollar has now come down to 780. 780. Wow. God knows the magic. Tinubu, they know. But the difference where you will know that it is all fraud is that the price of things in the market will not change. Here you get everything that has increased prices because of the rise in the devaluation of Naira. You will realize that things are not going to come down. When you go to the market, but the dollar has, they said that the dollar has come down. How come the bag of rice is not coming down? How come the petrol is not coming down? Because it is called artificial control. That was the agreement they went to go and make with this Afrexim Bank. So those ones have been looking for the cash, the dollars, for the past 4 months. But I heard that it's like they got a tranche of the money, some of it, maybe 1 billion, maybe 2 billion yesterday. So that when you get to January and you suddenly hear that Naira dollar has crashed, and then you will think Thiefnubu is working, only for you to go back to where you are a month or two later when they finish the money. It used to be called Buharinomics, but you can now say it is Thiefnubunomics, Voodoo economy. So 2024 budgets that should ordinarily address all of these shortcomings, something to tell you, to show to you that, listen, with all this investment, if they can manage to actually use this investment for this and that, that should improve the economy. People can match up the rest, Abi. But that would be you fooling around. Just take a copy of the 2024 budget, go and read it, and tell yourself where that your expectation is coming from in 2024, when they are already and willing. Nobody is coming to invest in Nigeria. Don't let anybody fool you. Do you understand? No one is coming. There is no major investment coming. It's not because people won't want that to happen, but just take a look around you. Look at the insecurity. Look at, in fact, the companies that are leaving Nigeria. One of them complained that Thiefnubu and his goons, APC Egbekegbe, they are planning to take over the company. If the company want to continue to operate in Nigeria, they want to take over part of the company. And those ones were like, okay, fine, we'll leave. So they left. APC Egbekegbe went to town and they said, oh, it's because they couldn't compete with us. That is why they left. You see all those lies they are telling you. The truth is this: nobody is coming to invest in Nigeria. Not like this. The world knows what is going on in Nigeria. The world knows the state capture, the criminals in charge of Nigeria. Except if you have any blood money from somewhere, to take to Nigeria, nobody is bringing any real investment. See, nobody say, that one is not my fault. That one is not your fault. If you are not one of the enablers of the drug baron, do you really think the world revolves around you? Abobakus, integrity, competency. They are kind of things that are of value. You cannot buy them. And that's exactly what Thiefnubu represents. So when you don't have people who are going to come and invest in your country, what do you get? Loan sharks. So Thiefnubu and gang are willing and ready to play balls. They value your naira further, as long as they can be given money, borrowed money. And he is not even so lucky, like that of Bokuwari. During Bokuwari time, he met some money, all right? And then he had a little goodwill that people thought maybe it was going to be different. So they were giving him money. Now, nobody is actually really giving Nigeria money anymore. So which means you should get ready for that 2024 Bansa Shege to Tiki gun. You know? Killings everywhere. So they have passed the budget of 2024. They have added extra 1.2 trillion naira. So the total budget for 2024 has now jumped from 27.5 trillion to 28.78 trillion, almost 29 trillion naira. And for those who know the history of the National Assembly of Nigeria, what a padded budget, padded front, left, and right. They are padding budget to loot money that they don't have. They are planning to loot money that Nigeria does not have. Money they want to borrow. Not to invest in anything that is productive, but just to kind of continue. Oh dear, man. Do you really think you need a soothsayer to tell you what it's going to be like in 2024? It is still going to be dog eat doggy. There are some of you who felt like, despite no matter how Nigeria is this, it go favor me and my family. Baba, it go favor you and your family. It go favor you and your family. Otidi Dickens, the church. Every year they are telling you, next year is your year. Amen. 2024 is your year to get married. Amen. Auntie, at the age of 38, you are there still praying that 2022 will be your year. 2023 will be your year. Now, somebody is going to tell you 2024 is your year. Listen to me very well. Young men are not marrying. They have no jobs. Nigeria economy has rendered so many young men poorer than they themselves planned. They don't want to get married. It's not because God doesn't love you. Now your pastor know to tell you the truth. Every year, your year. Every year, your year. My dear sister, hey, 2023 is about to end. Those who are prophesying to you and all of that, this is going to be your year. Amen. Now you are asking God, God, why? Do you think God is stupid? You are living in Nigeria. You are condoning criminals. They are mortgaging your lives. They are ruining your economy. They are incapacitating you indirectly. They are the weapons fashioned against you. Or you are praying to God to come and free you. I need $100 million. $100 million. Are you mad? Do you think that's how the world works? You are blaming God for your own what? For your own stupidity. I'm not saying that God is not going to make any year your year. Listen to me. All of us prays for that, don't we? But not every one of us actually works towards that. A lot of you are working to remain poor. By your mindset, by your thinking, when you look at politics, when you look at political players, when you look at the criminals in your political offices, and you look at them as a game, you looking at politics as a game? Are you serious? Then you turn to God. You mocking God? How dare you look at politics as a game, a banter? People are playing with your lives. They are making it difficult for you to lead a standard life, and they want it to remain so. So somebody is speaking in tongues and doing all that abracadabra, and you are keeping faith. Did they call you brother? Did they call you sister? Deacon, deaconess, closer to God than ever. Glorifying poverty, telling you that God loves you because you are poor. Who does that? Who? So you don't look at politics, you don't look at politicians, you don't look at political office holders, you don't look at them as Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Christian, Muslim, Ijo, whatever it is. You look at them as who they are. Then you deal with them for who they are. Because a lot of them just look like you. They talk like you. They kind of dress like you, right? But they don't like you. Haven't you seen that? And that's why I get upset when people try to kind of gaslight the Igbos. All of us know what we are doing. Nigeria independence of 63 years. 63 years of independence. Northern Nigeria ruled Nigeria for 47 years. Southern Nigeria, except the Igbos, ruled Nigeria for 16 years. But it is the Igbos that should apologize. It is the Igbos that should build bridges. It is the Igbos that should be nice. It is the Igbos that should be kind. It is the Igbos that should be respectful. If they want to lead Nigeria, hello, everybody knows what they do. Every one of you know what you are doing. When you get yourself trapped in all those kind of shenanigans, afterward, you kind of have to live in the reality. Those who destroyed Nigeria are so entitled that those who never have any chance of ruling Nigeria are held responsible for why Nigeria is. And you, young people, you watch your parents, where so many of them, they were glorifying poverty. They call it contentment. Now you know better. You don't want to do better. You want to turn politics to banter, politics to Igbo, we versus you, Igbo versus Yoruba. And in this age and time, then you end up in where? You end up in a mosque. You are praying against your enemy. Tabati down my enemy. Psalm 25 on my enemy. Heavenly Father, come and do this or that. Meanwhile, where you were supposed to use your sense, you were busy fighting tribal this, religious that. You can't focus. And at the end of the day, you begin to play into the hand of the charlatans that will begin to speak in the language you don't even understand, for them to probably try and change the mind of the criminals that you have you've bantered into power or what have you. At this age, goes everywhere. Heavenly Father, all the enemies arrow against me. All the enemy arrow against my family. But you know the real enemies arrow against your family. The system that does not provide a standard qualitative education for your children, safe and free qualitative education for your children. A standard that shows that system wants them to participate in the future of that nation. They are not interested. They didn't do that. A system that doesn't give a damn, whether now you go drink and die, or whether na babalawo you whatever you want to find your way. They don't give a damn about your health care. A system that doesn't give a damn about your safety. That's a system fashioned against you. It is a system that is fashioned against your happiness. Everybody is out there in pursuit of happiness. Is that not what the freedom is all about? They say freedom, liberty, pursuit of happiness. You do what makes you happy. Well, in Nigeria, they are conditioning you to accept what is wrong. You are getting used to them. You are fighting and pushing them, and you are watching them where they are making decisions that somehow should be your own consolation and say, the reason why I will continue to defend Nigeria is because these people are making enough investment in the people, but they are not. What's your consolation? What is it? Your consolation from, okay, yeah, I'm fine. I have to stand up and, you know what I mean? I don't know if that even make any sense to you yet, but don't worry. It will. We will soon get to 2024. So the shitty man was somewhere in Abia, I don't know, Anambra or Abia, I don't know. And he said Thiefnubu promises to fight insecurity in eastern Nigeria. Show monkey. You created insecurity in eastern Nigeria. Shitty man can't go dressed like an Igbo man. This is the problem.
The Southeast has weathered too many storms, but the current economic stagnation has shaken the foundation of this beautiful region. And we are not going to sit back and watch the fire go beyond where we found it. We are here to extinguish the fire permanently. The cowards who have been threatening and exerting violence to force our citizens to sit at home from their comfort zones and only breaking the law, they are counting down to the end of their acts of economic sabotage. We are here to guarantee the return to the Southeast unparalleled economic life. We know that those who disrupt peace in the Southeast, along with the forces exploiting the situation for dangerous political agenda, are attempting to undo the hard work of millions of our heroes past. We know that we can't reverse this catastrophe unless we involve you, because you are our eyes and ears. You are our legs and mouth in this land. Today we stand united to firmly declare, enough is enough. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, while we acknowledge the necessity of a coordinated intervention to combat this menace, be confident that our government shall not rest until it fulfills its pledge to mitigate the crisis we inherited. We arrived at a time when our future stood at the threshold of an uncertain future, and there is no better visionary to save us from implosion than His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Nuisance lele.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
When you send a terrorist, a terror sympathizer, the Shekau of Aso Rock, to go to the eastern Nigeria dressed like an Igbo man and start telling the Igbos that Thiefnubu want to come and help them fight insecurity. The insecurity created by the Fulani terrorists who have been meeting their match in ESN in the Igbo forest. And the Nigeria military that was supposed to be like protecting the people of eastern Nigeria turned the whole place into their own genocidal, what do you call it, theater of war. So Shitima could go there, right? Probably to give, their Fulani, he is Kanurio, it's not Fulani, show you guys Kanurio, but give their Fulani terror group that have been chased far away from that land, give them the signal that they will bring something called peace by negotiating with the people and speaking tough. When the people of the middle belt part of Nigeria are already grouping, and they are currently doing away with the deceits of one north and one northern Nigerian nonsense, ready to defend themselves and their lands, right? So Shitty Man and his lies could kind of always live in that illusion that the eastern Nigeria eastern Nigeria is unsafe. Of course, we saw what happened this Yuletide. A lot of the Igbos who are still very much in eastern Nigeria today, they've demystified the lies, except for the government-sponsored terrorism in eastern Nigeria. Well, we now know that eastern Nigeria is not just reported to be the safest place in Nigeria today, but APC Egbekegbe, they want that the narrative of Eastern Nigeria is not safe. That is why that man was in Igbo land, yarning that dust. Anyway, if we have to go to the plateau and talking about the current ongoing and the reactions, I am very much happy that a lot of people have decided not to be kind of, gaslighted into taking position and speaking out on the ongoing, the jihadists of the Fulani jihadists in the middle belt part of Nigeria. I quite love it that a lot of people are still taking their stand, right? And I hope it remains so. No grief for anybody. Do you understand? When those who are trying to stop you from talking about the terrorists, trying to gaslight you, using all the diversionary tactics and the rest of that, right? What they are trying to do is to tell you that they support the terrorists. And you must take your stand. Do not listen to any fine talk or sweet talk and all that too. So I saw where the Peter Obi was also there, where he went to see the victims of the Bakin Ladi and Bokos, the Fulani terrorist survivors, those who survived the Fulani terrorist attack on the eve of a Christmas, every Christmas, for God's sake.
Even the world, the globe. So we are so grateful, sir, for finding time. These are not one IDPs. People of purpose, they do not believe in staying in one place. If there are problems, they are up in their feet to go and look for something that they will help themselves since they try to do farming. So the people that we are seeing there is just a minute from the people. Of course, the records, they are already recording casualties of over 160 deaths. And I don't think they guarantee that it is over. So it is a national question. Our leaders are here to provide the solutions to see for themselves first.
Thiefnubu is yet to go anywhere anyway. So, like Bokwari, you know what I mean? It's never go. It's not your president. Sure, you get. He's an impostor, and the more you tolerate him, the more it will consolidate that power. And that's why I said that if nothing is done, right, this is how the destiny of Nigeria and the existence and the rest of them is going to end. Just kind of play along. If you know you have, you believe that there is nothing that can be done. If he wants to stay beyond the 2050, I mean, like, even if they have to put him on a life machine, 2050, Thiefnubu 2050, you can have it. Sure, you get. However, that is if you are still alive. And you are not one of those that they will be donating money for like this. So, Sheikh Osama bin Gumi came out and he said, Nigeria should stop spending money on buying weapons, fighting terrorists. He said, Nigeria should negotiate with them. If you live long enough that they are not donating money at your own IDP camp like this, Thiefnubu can stay until 2050. Then Shitima will continue till 2100. Then El Rufaya can continue from 2100 to 2200. Ojunyari Ashigeni Abu. But here, somebody, I mean, Peter Obi was giving them money. The victims, these are the survivors.
Put my own talking now, talk to other people to help, since we now have an account, to be able to support whatever you people are doing. Whatever you people are doing, we will do whatever we can to support it. I assure you of my support, my numbers and everything available for those in hospital, for everything. We will do whatever we can, and having been here, we will also make sure that the news is out there, that people have to come to your aid. We remember you in prayers, that God Almighty should not allow what happened to you to happen again. Amen. That you have to go back and live in your houses, and may He console you and give you the fortitude for those that have died. So I assure you, like I said, I've been to the other local governments, and they also said they've established something. The next working day should be the 2nd. What I'm going to do in my own case is that I have to start my own support while I plead with the other people. I make sure in those 2 accounts, I pay in at least 5 million naira each. And then I'll get other people to do the same thing. I'll get other people to do similar things so we can come to your aid.
Thank you.
There's no other way we can solve this. But I'm urging every Nigerian, well-meaning Nigerian, to come to your aid. Nigerians should not live in IDP camp. We'll continue to remember in prayers. God bless you.
I mean, he's not your president, so you cannot ask him questions, you cannot blame him, you cannot say, oh, what would he have done differently, because you will never know. Nobody will ever know. If Atiku was your president, would it be different? You will never know. If Obi was your president, what will be different? You will never know. And because people believe that it will be different, and they are right, they believe that Thiefnubu will be a disaster, and they are right. And that is why you must hold on to your grudges. Are you with me? The one that they will tell you that if somebody die, they know they hold grudges with people who died. Old grudges. Oh. There's somebody who supported these criminals, those who gaslighted, and those who incited tribal hatred against the Igbos because of this APC Egbekegbe, because of Thiefnubu. All of those who did all the horrible things, the likes of Femi Foni Kayode or Femi for Food Kayode, the likes of Bayo Nonuga, all of these people that incited the tribal, ethnic, religious hatred against the people, all because they want to bring you this calamity. They want to bring you this terrorism. They want to sustain this poverty, corruption. They cannot turn around and begin to tell you that you are a sore loser, and then you say, yeah, I mean, because they now die. Because they die now, they will now turn to saints. I don't talk bad about dead people. So if you know that you want people to say good things about you when you die, why don't you do good? That's why they say, at least when you are alive, try and do good. Do good, support good thing. Do not defend evil, so that people will not come to your burial and be telling lies. Oh, he was a very, very great man. A very, very amazing young man. Very courageous. He's somebody that loved God. He's a man who loved the people. He doesn't like to cause a problem. He's somebody who is this or that. So why are you lying? Is evil, is a terrible human being, young or old. Say it, that they die does not give them that, it doesn't wipe that out. The grudges. Look at me. If you are holding grudges against anybody because of APC Egbekegbe, it is a right grudge. Don't let anybody call you sore loser. You're not a sore loser. You are a sensible person who did everything to save humanity from these marauders, from these criminals. Nobody should gaslight you and say you are a hateful person. You are not hateful. You are not hateful. But that somebody can't die, whether die young or die old, whether die cancer, whether die in accident or house fire, whether miserably died. If they are miserable people, just say it. Don't let anybody gaslight you. Now all of us go die. That's why we are saying, do good, do. Do good, do. Don't support evil. And then say, it's my political choice now. I mean, if I make a decision, I have the right to make. You are making decisions that are destroying people's lives. That's what you are doing. There were people that supported Hitler. the Nazis, that when they realized what they did, they killed themselves. If some of you know what you have done, the lives you have destroyed for sustaining criminals like this, you don't even value your life, of course. So our cousin, you can't die now. Eh? They will come and say, Maiyegun, don't talk bad about the dead people. You know he's dead now. God will judge. If God go judge you or no judge, does that one stop me from saying my mind in it? Eh? We watched young people who spread divisive rhetorics. Eh? They set people up. People got lynched. People got attacked. People got killed. So all of that you did, so you did all of that so that everybody can come and suffer like this. Eh? You did all of the things you did because of elections. You did them because it's your political choice so that everybody can end up like this. Either end up in the hand of kidnappers, eh? Or get killed in their own sleeps. Children being slaughtered. Or the poverty that everybody is facing. Is that what you are proud of? And you should never be judged about. So because you can't die now, eh? You don't turn saint be that I should watch my mouth. Eh? So keep grudges. So it is very, very important. Because some of you don't keep grudges. That is why Nigerians are suffering from Stockholm syndrome. You must know those who represent this evil, whether you are the victim yet or you are not. Because with what is on ground, it is a long journey. Don't let anybody gaslight you. If any Olori could die, just say your mind. That is why we are asking everybody to do the right thing when you are still alive. You cannot be laughing. You cannot be living in America, be living in the UK, and supporting the evil that APC represents in Nigeria. You cannot be living in Canada, living in Australia, enjoying good life, and you are there supporting the evil that APC represents, the lives that are being lost because of them. Somebody they say, think about his family, think about our family. Do you not think about your family when you are supporting the evil? So you want to die so that we can begin to now say, don't talk evil about dead people. Abacha is dead. People still they cause something today. Who are you? Because everybody knows what everybody is doing. Everybody knows what he is doing. You cannot see evil, support it, defend it, and then watch people become the victims of that evil. And because you are safer somewhere, opinion is my opinion. And when we hear about you, yeah, let people say their mind. Say your mind about me too. That's why I told you, what I do every day is for posterity's sake. So that one day you can talk about me too. And say, oh, is this person or is that person. So you cannot support evil and expect yourself to be kind of sanctified. Because now all of us go die. Anyway. So if you know you are going to die, how about you use the time you are here to at least do something good? So that when you die, people can say, man, you did your best, you tried. Don't let anybody gaslight you. You have to keep grudges. You must learn how to keep it. Or everybody who is supporting Thiefnubu, defending APC, turning themselves to xenophobic Ronukusi, Yoruba Ronu, this or that, all those born criminals, Agberos. Identity, you need to mark their faces. You need to know their names. You need to know where they are. These are the evil people that will continue to justify them sustaining the existence of this evil. And all of us could be their victims anyway. Mark their faces. Never forgive them. Because what they represent is something that is there to kill you. The economy is killing people. Families are being torn apart. Businesses are dying, jobs are being lost, people are falling into poverty. And guess what? Nobody is spared, from the north to the east to the west to the south. Everybody is collecting. So if you see anybody that says you are too paranoid, you are just a sore loser, because you are very much right on track. In 2024, well, may you live long enough to tell this story, including me too. Sure, you know, I'm going to go make myself another cup of tea. Now, when I get back, I'll take calls. That's where you can call in and add your own contribution tonight. And before that, you can possibly still like the broadcast if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't as well, right? I will be back in a minute. Wow. Welcome back, everyone. So the line is opened and I have my first caller on the line, by the way. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening.
Good evening, ma. How are you?
I'm good. Compliments of the season.
Compliments, ma'am.
Yeah. This is Onyeka, second time calling from Gothenburg, Sweden.
Lady Onyenka from Sweden, ma'am. Please.
Yes. Maiyegun.
Ma'am.
I'm ashamed. The first time I called you, I said the same thing. I'm ashamed to be called a Nigerian. I just don't know how to be telling people where I come from. You know, how to be lying about it. Because when I listen to what you say, when I see what is going on in Nigeria, I feel ashamed to say I'm a Nigerian. How can a president that is an illiterate be ruling over 200 million people? Some call themselves professors, some call themselves whatever, some call themselves intellectuals, but they have nothing to say to a fool who is ruling them. And I don't know what even their children think. That Tinubu of a man, what does his children think? They are not even ashamed. Because if it were to be my father, I should be ashamed to let him fool himself in public with his health condition, with his mentality, with his physical disability, and you are parading yourself all over the world. What is happening? We really need to know what to do. We need to break Nigeria. I don't know how we are going to do it. I was supposed to go to Nigeria this year, but when my children looked and said, Mommy, I'm not going. I don't want anybody to kidnap us. They are scared. Everybody is scared.
Rightly so.
There is no security. There is no good road. There is nothing absolutely to write home about a country, giant of Africa, Nigeria.
Giants.
Are we not ashamed of ourselves? Tinubu, Maiyegun, whenever I listen to you, I told you I always do night jobs. I know it's just that I'm on holiday today, so I have to listen to you live. When I'm walking and I'm listening to what you say, sometimes I'll be crying. Sometimes I'll just say, what a shame.
Honestly.
What a shame. Because how can, like those people that call themselves professor that went to school, you just sat down and supported a fool because of the little money. You don't think about the future of your children. You don't think about the future of your unborn children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. You just sit down and support a fool. We go into exiles. Even their children that have all the money, Maiyegun, tell yourself the truth. They are not enjoying life abroad the way they should enjoy it in Nigeria. If you are in Nigeria, if you want to eat your local delicacy with a little money, if there is security, you can go anywhere, feel free, take fresh air and eat it and enjoy it. But look at it. Snow today, rain tomorrow, snow today, rain tomorrow. We are just suffering. We are just suffering. Even though we are in Europe, America, Australia, wherever we are, we need to break up Nigeria. Anyway, we are going to do it. Biafran should go. Oduduwa should go. Let us just go. What do we need to do? Even those people that say that native doctors, they do these miracles and stuff like that, magic. Why then don't just go into Aso Rock as a fly, as whatever thing, and kill those people like and let us
claim. Yeah,
go.
Just go inside
Yes. Yes. Maiyegun, honestly, I'm glad to get you today. I'm glad. I want to encourage you. Keep doing what you are doing. We support you. We are proud of you. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. You have a wonderful weekend and then happy New Year because we're almost there.
And
take care.
The same to you.
Thanks a lot.
Bye, Maiyegun.
Yes, ma'am. Dear, we have it. People are not happy or proud of what Nigeria has turned out to be, but I think I have another caller. Do I? Hello.
Hello, Madam Maiyegun. Good evening, sir.
Hey, my lady. Is that Celia?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good afternoon, I would say. But yeah, good evening to you as well. How are you?
Fine, sir. Yeah, it's afternoon here too. So, thank you for picking my call. We thought that might encourage us to feel a little bit better. So, I spoke with my sister just before the program about the Fulani people that are coming in, with their stuff. So she told me that because I was telling her, I was trying to raise the alarm. They should not give them a breathing space because they could, you never know, like the one that happened in Jos, and the guy said, one of the victims said, he knows them, he knows their names, that he knows them. So I told my sister, because the ones that are coming down and settling in Kagoro these days, so she said, she now told me that as of today, she's talking to me. When they came, they brought their cows, they put everything, that they now park the cows there's a place we call Gidanwaya. So they went to eat the grazing thing in the Gidanwaya farm. Before they came back in the evening to Kagoro, our people have cleared, they burnt down their Aruga. They burn everything. They don't leave anything for them. And that is a message to them that they're not welcome in Kagoro. So that they even know.
Well, when that happens, told them, I hope the people are also very much prepared to defend themselves because, they do come back after such, don't they?
They do. But so
people
the truth is, as you said,
and then think, we've sent a message. That is it. They probably have more experience than myself because I believe that they are not just going to do that and then believe that that's it. They would come back. And when they do, that's when we report about this invasion, killing of innocent people and the rest of that, right? So I hope people are not
yes, sir,
just,
but
yeah.
yeah, they're really also working on themselves because our youth sleep inside the bush, like inside the bush. They ration, like this set will go in during the daytime, this set will sleep during the daytime, this set, and then there are those that move around during the daytime. It's been like that because whichever way, they're going to kill the people, whichever way. It's a war. We have to fight it. Get your guns. Anybody, if I can, this is my desire that, like, one stupid politician, just target his house once he's there. Go kill him. Tomorrow, when the government hears this man is killed, another day after they hear that this other politician is killed, if they hear like 3 to 4 politicians are killed in different, I tell you, they'll start doing something. Because why I said this, when it happened in Abuja sometimes, but some months ago, when Boko Haram wanted to do something in Abuja, look at how everywhere was wasteless. From the big churches to NHO, to everybody, the government, to everybody in Abuja, because that is where they are. See how within 24 hours they did something about it. So it's because we're not doing something to them. That's why they continue doing their thing. We have to fight it. Is a battle, is a whatever. We have to just fight it. That's just my little comment, and God help us and give us wisdom.
Thank you very much.
Sir.
Yes, Celia is from the middle belt part of Nigeria. She's from the southern Kaduna, and she is a survivor of all of the genocides reported in that same part of Nigeria. So yes, Celia calling in from the US. I have another caller tonight. Let's go. Hello there.
Hello. Hi, Maiyegun.
Oh, Charm. Somebody said it is ladies' night tonight. I was thinking, no, it's not. But it seems you are right. How are you tonight?
It's ladies' night.
It's ladies' night.
Mine is a pretty quick one. I'm also happy that Celia called. Really, really happy because I listened to her the first time and I heard how passionate she was. But I also remember in 2001, I was in University of Jos when they did, we had one of those Muslim Fulani riots.
There was a time they had the one, I think, Zago Kataf. That's one of the wars that happened too. Go on.
No. That wasn't Zago Kataf. That was, I don't know, somebody mentioned it, September 11th. So it was around that same period when they started killing students in one of these lungus, yeah. And then it was just a scary time for us, for me in particular, because I'd never been outside of Lagos. So University of Jos was my first time being outside of Lagos, and it was so scary because I didn't know what to do. But anyway, the story is not about me as a student during the first time that they came in and they killed people. It was my introduction to Plateau people and their women and their resistance, because they were the ones that saved us. In fact, they were the ones that saved Jos, right? Because they fought and they fought back and they killed those Fulani headsmen, because they're still Fulani headsmen. So I was thinking about, so I was very happy that Celia said what she said, because a lot of people assume that middle belters are quiet, that they don't fight back. But they do fight back.
They've always been fighting.
And when they fight back, they've always been fighting back. And when they fight back, it is bloody. Okay? And I was talking to someone, and I was saying to myself, to them, that these people feel too confident. And I feel that they have made a tactical error in what they did in Mangu local government. In going there, killing in the manner that they killed, right? Because it was really brutal. I've heard about the photos, I haven't seen, and I don't want to see. They were really confident in killing people the way they killed people, in killing children the way they killed children, whether that was to terrorize the people there, to make them feel fear so that they'd never come back. But I think that was a tactical error. Because when the middle belt decide to take up arms and kill, I personally feel that they will kill terribly. It will be bloody. And it is going to happen because a lot of people are angry, right? A lot of people are angry. And I was thinking that this, just correct me if I'm wrong, this Sokoto Caliphate is pretty recent, isn't it?
It is. There's nothing called Sokoto Caliphate until 1803. So recent, just about 217 years ago. That's when it got created.
Okay. So if the Sokoto, I don't know who or what he calls himself, he's the descendant of Usman Dan Fodio, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, he is.
Okay. So the mistake they made was that they left him the ability to have progeny. This time around, they will not make that same mistake again. They will go back, they will go to him. That's what I feel, because whenever this thing that is going to happen in Nigeria is going to happen, it's a question of breakup. There is war imminent in Nigeria. Going by everything that we're seeing now, going by
asking them
what the Fulani
make peace with these settlers.
No, they're not going to
consider the Fulanis as settlers in the Middle Belt. They have no ancestral connection to the Middle Belt, okay? But there are Fulanis there today, right? Who are now scheming they were supposed to be in control of the place.
How do you make
peace
with somebody? No, how do you make peace with somebody whose ideology is different? Their basic ideology of living is so different from your own. Somebody who can wake up, I will not wake up and kill anybody's child and kill in the manner that those people killed. I won't do it. So you're asking me to make peace with somebody who feels that it is right to do so, and that when he or she does so, he has a reward in whatever version of heaven that he decides to go to. And you want me to make peace? I cannot.
No.
I cannot make peace with that.
That's why we are like if things continue like this, and they are still forcing this one Nigeria of a thing, right? The Fulani will still have excuse to want to claim land in Middle Belt because Nigeria. If everybody goes their separate ways, right? That can put an end to that. So
you've belabored the point that
it's not
exactly, civil war is imminent, and I feel that it is a bloody one. I am so scared, and I say it because I'm not saying I don't know of anyone.
Not like
who's
we wish
planning,
it to. People should understand. There are things that are imminent that you cannot really avoid. This is one of them
that you cannot really avoid. And I feel that this one that they did, this particular killing that they did, right? We may not see it, but it's like a straw that broke the camel's back. You may not see the effect now, but believe you me, I do not think that this will go on responded.
Especially if they continue the campaign. Like, for example, let's say as we are talking now, another news break, and they said they have killed another 400 people in Benue, or they have attacked so people in Taraba, or they've killed others here and there. I mean, it's definitely giving the vibe that
exactly,
you know what I mean?
That's something more. And, even though the Nigerian army has been infiltrated, you still have so-called Nigerians in there who are definitely not happy with what has happened in some of these places. And most of the people in there are Middle Belters. Let's tell ourselves the truth. And they've seen their people being slaughtered this way. I'm not saying that they're going to fight. I'm not saying that they're going to do anything. But what I know, going by everything I'm seeing, these people will still go again because they've been emboldened. They haven't. Nobody has called anybody. Nobody has said, "Oh, we're looking for anybody." They're asking people to make peace, right? Now, these people are going to be emboldened once again to go somewhere else and kill in this horrible manner again. And they think that it will happen again. I leave the Plateau people. I'm just sorry for them, because this time around I feel like they will kill Fulani people to the point where if it were me, I will kill that man. That's Sokoto. What is his name? That one. I will kill him.
Which one is that? Sultan.
Their caliphate, their sultan, because he's the one who is doing all of this, right? Because he is the one who feels entitled to the rest of the country, and he is not calling anyone to order. So whoever are the progeny of Usman Dan Fodio will kill them to the point where they have no other progeny, no one to wake up and say that they are entitled to anywhere. Push the Fulani back to the desert where they came from. That's what this next civil war is going to be about. No, and then whether we decide to, but that's what it's going to be. If we don't do that, we're going to have the same problem again and again and again. It's like something that you need to root it out, as in take out the roots and burn it. Because if you don't take out the root and burn it, it will find a way to sustain itself and come and be a problem to you once again. So the next civil war is not going to be about Igbo Yoruba.
We are still asking everybody to before things get that bad, that they should call all of us now. We'll just go our separate ways. All of these things, right? There are pointers to them. Okay, that there are some horrible things that are inevitable. So, you know.
Maiyegun, I don't want war. You don't want war.
I know. I'm just saying
but
too. Like, before it gets to that, maybe everybody can take they can still take our advice when it is still useful.
I don't want to talk too much because I know that there are other people that want to talk and maybe react and all of that. But it is not going to be possible. You think about it. We can't carry on like this. And these people, nobody has called any of these people to order. So they will feel emboldened once again to do it, and to do it in even a more horrendous manner. They will still do it. And this is what is going to propel the middle belt. Because those people are warriors.
Yes.
They are warriors, and so they can be wicked. Okay? So don't be deceived by this.
They ended their progenitor, Uthman Dan Fodio. He died in a war that is engaged with the middle belt, and so we'll leave it at that.
Exactly.
Let me take another one.
Exactly. Please,
thank you very much for that. That was bold. That leg was so blunt. I love it. Thank you. I have another clown here, I believe.
Thank you very much.
Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun. Yeah, it's older.
Is that older, sir?
Yes, older. Yes.
Did you say
I called yesterday.
I know.
Yeah.
I wanted to
older. Yes.
Bless you.
Yes.
How are you today, sir?
Yeah, bless you. Well, I'm fine.
Please.
I'm fine. I'm fine. You see, all this problem. The solution is it's very, very simple. I want you to imagine. Not long ago, I heard that the police, the people who are currently who are in police force in Nigeria today,
serving policemen,
they are less than 300,000, and then half of them is in their politician houses,
private security for politicians and elites.
Yeah, and then army. How many army do we have in Nigeria today? Maybe 300,000, 400,000. Okay, so and then you now compare the amount of youth that we have in Nigeria. You see, is maybe like 10 times or maybe 40 times of it. So, and most of these youth, they don't have job. So I don't know why we Nigerians are so scared of. Just all we need is just to gather ourselves and then march to Abuja, and then say, look, today we only need like 2 to 3 weeks or a month maximum. Okay, we want to barricade everywhere, and then you can see the amount. You see, if some people, if they see the amount of people outside somewhere, they know that they've lost the battle already. You see, we are talking of 10 million, or maybe, in fact, that is even too much.
Like if you are able to gather 10 million in 10 cities in
10 million people, yes, we just want to have fun. Okay, you know what, let's just go there, march, and then table our.
If that should happen, it's always people should prepare for a bloody one. It's not going to be a fun thing to make all those demands and then make it happen. And in between, what do you think?
With style, you see, it has to be planned. You see, it's not just because all these brainless politician and all these commissioner, they claim to be commissioner experienced ones. They are not experienced. They are only stomach. They only care about their stomach. You see, they don't have any brain. But we, the youth, just plan yourself properly and march there with style. They will just realize that how come You know, it happens in Egypt now, in this Arab thing. You see, and then you just stay there. And then when you are very maybe like half a mile to Aso Rock, everywhere is full of like human, like ants. Then they will know that I think they will realize that they've lost it, and all they need is just they want someone else to take over the seat of the power. At least they call Babangida have already.
Something that everybody can now agree how they really want to be
Yes, we want to go back. Yeah, we want to go back to the regional government, and then we start from there. That's what we want. And then all these Tinubu them and whatever, all this Monimis Road people that you want to get rid of them, and then find a solution to it. I mean,
people believe that's the way out.
Yes. Yes, and then
they are more armed enough to feel like it will always remain a wish for us. But how wonderful it's going to be if that happens? Like people comes out like that.
Do you think the army or the police are not suffering? They are suffering, but silently. But they can't express their self because of their superiors. Because there's a lot of people who is listening to them, like a form of dictatorship. In it's Nigeria. We are in the government are dictating for us at the moment, but we don't know that. It just all this facade of politics or whatever. It is not. It is. They are just
they're like playing with our lives, playing with our future, making us look confused, even stupid. Like maybe we are paranoid and making us confused.
Yes, and then we are yes, and then I hope one day we will, we will be able to read in between the lines. Yeah, but it can't be fine. We need to mobilize. That is what it needs. A peaceful mobilization where, Showore have always said it, you see, and that's, look, if you see people, if you see like, come on, even the soldiers, they will be taking off their clothes. That, okay, we join you guys. Okay, no worries. We know that we've lost it now because there's no way they can overcome those. How many do you want to kill? How many? Even most of their guns that they are carrying is rusted. But they are just taking it around as if just to scare people off. Nigeria doesn't have money. They are look at the amount of security
in an economy where they borrow money, they are living like kings.
Yeah, that is the old states. I would say the old state security apparatus or whatever, for just one person. And even at that, if people are already in that place, that with that amount of security, they will overcome them.
I mean,
people will die, but they will overcome them. Trust me, they will overcome them. But because we are too scared. We are too scared, but fortunately, it is what it is. But I know one day
you have dropped something tonight that you might not know how many people actually grasp that and wishes the same thing and can't wait when that time comes too. Right? Hold on. Thank you very much. Let me
thank you.
God bless
all right then. Okay, sir.
Nice
good night, sir.
So thanks a lot, everyone. If you are still here with us, remember, you need to sort of show that you are here. Okay, we were over 2,000 earlier on YouTube. Some of us have sort of dropped out, and then but before you leave, you need to like the broadcast. In other words, you need to pay your offering.
There's another one I
have another caller. Hello there.
Maiyegun General.
Brother, how are you, Baba?
Scott Losel last Canada.
Hey, Scott Baba. See, I was actually thinking that was a UK number earlier, but it's like, oh no. How are you, Baba?
Well, I'm doing very well.
It's great.
Yeah, the Plateau State issue is a very special. It's a very, very special issue. Joshua Daria went to prison. If you remember Joshua Daria case, it was one of the reasons because the killing at that time, because I was in Jos too, and the usual practice is Christian and Muslim. We call it Christian and Muslim fights. And as usual, the rest 35 states don't care about what happened to one state. If it happened in Ibadan, Lagos continue their life. It happened in Imo, Enugu, they continue their life. It's the usual practice of
everybody
Nigeria.
just move on.
Everybody move on. The issue of Plateau State is still the same thing you're talking about. I mean, it's about land grabbing. It's about land. The crisis is about land. Just not, and the just not majorly because it's like the capital. The just not. Same thing with Kaduna is about land. And the only solution is for Nigeria to split, even though it will have to live to war. Because the elite in these states are also part of the problem. In Plateau State, in Imo State, in Ondo State, the elites they are part of the problem, and they don't really want everything to stop because it's the issue is just too much. Kogi and Kwara, they are still fighting about land. Lagos and Ogun, they are still fighting about land around the Ikorodu west side. So there's just issues everywhere. That is, I don't know how this whole thing will be resolved. Nigeria has 524 languages. 524 languages. With over 224 million right now. Estimated to be like 230 million by 2030. So and the journey to recovery we've not even started right now.
I mean, it all starts from, we can tell that the clash of identities, right? The people that believes that they are indigenous to this place and others are settlers. And somehow the settlers feels like, how could you call us as settlers when we have actually been part of this? So the clash of identity, clash of culture, clash of civilization and all of that. Baba, if anybody says they don't know, we don't know how to get out of this, it's because we are so scared to accept the only way out. The only way out is to let everybody carry their identity. Let's have our own space. And then we will have peace, I believe. But a lot of people are scared to accept that solution.
Imagine somebody going to Ijebu now. And saying, you people that you are speaking, Ijebu is the general language. I mean, the accent, is like the general, language. Same thing in the north. Outside is the general language. Even though Mangu, Panshin, Ampere, Barricaded, Bokos, they all have different languages, different tribes. But the general language is Hausa. So, and this you can't blame them too because there were no history. The general language is Hausa, and now it started with all the Christian Muslim fights. I mean, I was in Jos about 3 years. 3 years back to back. The state government cancelled New Year Eve. I'm sure the state government will cancel New Year Eve again this year. So. And it's just a national problem that, but we have a choice. It's either we let the killings continue, or the people voice out. And there is democracy. The people owns the power. The narrative is government owns the power. No, the citizens own the power. Government owns all the land. My house in Canada right now
that the government owns or control, they are holding it in trusts for the people.
Exactly.
So if they are no longer serving
my house
the people,
in Canada,
then they lose control of that power. That's how it should be.
Exactly. My house in Canada right now, my house in US right now, I pay property taxes every year. I only own the building. I don't own the land. I own the building, but I don't own the land. The land belongs to government. That's why we pay rent to government for life. We will pay it for life, property taxes for life.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I think the government owns the land, and the same thing, because Lagos right now, Ogijo and Lagos State, they are still fighting over Ogijo. They are still fighting over Ogijo to Italuwo to Odongiyo. The crisis is still there right now.
And one of these days is going to be a major one that we'll be talking about too.
Exactly. Mowe Bafo. There's still crisis right now. Mowe Bafo. Right now. So the issues are just there, but everybody is busy investing, still buying land, no planning. You know, people call me every day, come and buy land. Come and buy land where there's no planning.
So be careful.
I'm a citizen. I'm a citizen here. I don't need have to, like, planning for what?
Just for one and all. See, anyway, Baba, thank you very much. Let me take another one.
Thank you very much for everything you're doing. I mean, I appreciate you, man. Happy New Year, and we thank you for everything.
Just take it easy, okay? You have a good one too, Baba. My regards.
Thank you, Baba.
Yes, sir. That's Escoto from
hello, Maiyegun General.
Escoto from Canada. So yeah, I have another call on the line.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Maiyegun General.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Hello, dear. Yeah, well done, Maiyegun.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I want to make a some few suggestions, some few questions. Like, you see, what is happening just today. If you look at it in the other way around, you find out that the people that like Gowon is from that place.
Yes.
And the sins of Gowon is what is being visited on Jos today. Because Gowon killed Igbos for nothing, because the Sultan of Sokoto asked him to do so. The Sultan of Sokoto is the ruler of Nigeria. Tinubu is just there. It's not the ruler. It's the Sultan of Sokoto. He owns Nigeria just like the Queen owns England then, and the King owns England now. That is the way Sultan owns Nigeria. Anything that's happening there, if Sultan say this, that's what will happen. If say that, that's what will happen. You know what I'm saying? So the killings, God kept him alive today to see with his eyes the evil he done to Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria is Gowon and Tiwa Dajuma, all of them. That's why the middle belt. You see, if you have a slave will do everything you want him to do. But if you want people to fear you, you will deal with that your slave. You will even kill that slave. So that other people, you use your slave to set an example for other people to fear you. If you can do this to your slave, what will you do to another person? That is what the Fulani do to the Jaws today because of Gowon. They were their slaves.
The Jaws people are not, see, historically, they are not their slaves. I understand from
what I'm saying,
Angon Mazi,
yeah,
Angon Mazi, for the sake of those who listen to this program, all right?
Yeah.
Like, I understand from the angle you are speaking from, all right?
Yeah.
Gowon's political decisions that led to the civil war, that led to the mass killing of the Igbos and others and all that, right? But we cannot, in all honesty, call the people of Middle Belt, because of Gowon, call them slaves of Fulani. Historically, they've always been defeating the Fulanis. I just want us to remember that they are not Fulani slave. But for political party you are pushing, please continue.
I'm not arguing with you on that point. What I'm trying to say is this. You see, when Gowon was fighting, he fought for the Fulani in favor of the Fulani. Okay. That's what I'm trying to let you know.
That's why I said I get where you are going. But if we have to present the people of Middle Belt because of Gowon and what Gowon did, right? If we have to present the people of Middle Belt, right, as the the slave of Fulani, that would not be correct. That's what I want you to know.
The way they are treated generally, the Nigeria as a whole today, the way our leaders are treating us, are they treating us as citizens of Nigeria, as people that hold Nigeria? No, they don't treat us that way. That's the point I'm trying to make. Not that I'm speaking in if you are speaking in how do you put this word in English?
Like parable also, right?
Yeah, let's say parable, or you are speaking. Yeah, let's use that word parable. I'm just using that kind of word, but not necessarily they are slaves.
Right.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
We'll flow with that.
So that's
continue,
what I'm saying.
Yeah, continue.
So, but what will happen is this: the middle belt people need to stand their ground. Yes. Need to fight this for head to head. Because, like someone was saying, how many are they? If the Fulani are coming to just probably where they are coming, they may be 100 or 200, 300. The people in that community are more than these numbers. Yeah. Why can't they start their ground and fight? They take the gun from them. Before they kill 1, 2, 3 people, you've taken gun from them and killed them as well. They are running, sleeping on the floor, shouting. This is not how to. People need to sacrifice their life to get what you want. That is the sacrifice we are failed to sacrifice. That's why Nigerians are suffering today. It's unfortunate. Until we pay this sacrifice, we continue to suffer. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I get you 100%. Mazi, there's something I want to quickly put, forward as well. Do you understand? Is that, there's something we try, haven't realized that, this Fulani agenda, which is real, in all honesty, is real. There are those who are like pushing it, and those who are trying to play it down. We know all of that in any way. Now, the impression, or let me say, the effort we want to try and pull in this case is that we might have had all these political rogues who have made horrible political decisions that have put a lot of Nigerians in a very terrible position today, as we all know historically, right? And we said that if I don't want people to judge me as a Yoruba man based on Awolowo's political decisions, and I don't want anybody to be judged, right, by the political decisions of Ojukwu, as it was, right? Any Igbo should never be judged, right? Same way we kind of feel like when we talk about all these criminals who have held Nigeria hostage for their own interests, right? We should also try as much as possible, except for those who publicly brag about it. Yeah, we should never hold the people responsible for all those political decisions if we want to defeat these criminals and what they represent. I don't know if you remember that I do my best on this program to kind of keep us that way, so that, yes, all these people made all these terrible decisions, right? And today, now, of us going to pay the price. So if we now believe that we want to move away from that and break ourselves from that shackle, right? It won't kind of sit well to, blame all of us who didn't exist when Gowon started that, or when that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes any sense to you, right? But like you said, the parable, right? Saying karma, people can be, sort of be punished for the sins of their progenitors and all that, yeah? That can happen. But if we were looking at, sort of building a bond, Mazi, right? I don't think it's right for us to hold all of us responsible for the political decisions of our progenitors, except for those who are bragging about it today. We are Fulanis, we rule over you. No, you don't. Or we are Fulanis, you are this. No, you are not. Because we ordinarily know that if you take out the Nigerian system, Fulani stand no chance with any ethnic nationality in Nigeria. Talk less of wiping them anyhow. They have no chance. So I would appreciate, I do appreciate your side of it, okay? And I didn't mean to kind of, destabilize you in your position. I just wanted to make sure that we maintain a situation where we can think alike and not continue to barricade ourselves or blame ourselves for the decision of those before us.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. You are right. Totally agree with you.
Thank you so much. Because we all know karma is there. And somehow we are all paying for the political decisions of those before us. Imagine if we had maintained our regional system. Imagine if they've allowed the referendum clause to remain. Imagine, there's so many things we could have imagined. There's so many things we could have become. All of us are trapped in Nigeria because some men and women 50 years ago, 60 years ago, were so selfish to be thinking about themselves. Not today. So we will change that.
Yeah, another thing, Maiyegun, you see, our African religion, our African tradition, I seriously believe in it.
I know.
You see, the people that bring another religion to us, maybe the Bible, the Quran, and you find that the things that they are doing today are not in that Bible. All the things that they do before are not in that Bible, are not in that Quran. The Bible condemned them. The Quran condemned those people. You owe people for slavery, you kill people, you do all these things, you suffer people at the present days, you are still putting people in political slavery and dealing with people and stuff like that. You find that I may say, religion is man created to control man.
And you are 100% right. A lot of people believe that religion was invented to keep man under control.
Yeah, yeah. And our pastors today and our imam today are helping them to buttress that belief, controlling system to keep us down. Like if you take this multitude you see the churches, this multitude you see the mosques, if they come out, say Nigeria is our own, we want to free Nigeria. Can't they free Nigeria? But the preachers are calming them down. Oh, claim it, it's your turn, claim it. This kind of claiming, making people to paplo, they don't want to fight.
Abi now, if they tell you say 2023 now your year, people come say let's go and protest, would you follow them?
No.
You won't.
No.
That's where the religion manipulation is. If somebody tell you that 2024 is going to be your year of breakthrough, about everybody's eyes are saying shege. So you say 2024 will come now. We say, oh yeah, let us go and fight for our rights, protest. They won't go. And that's why we must make sure that we continue to explain to people that God will not do what he has enabled man to do. He is not going to save you from these people if you don't save yourself. And we never stop talking about that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maiyegun.
God bless you.
Thanks a lot. There.
You have a wonderful evening, sir. That's a very, very interesting conversation. Listen, I do know. See, I am not ignorant of our differences. You know why Maiyegun's Diary Politico is Maiyegun's Diary Politico? It's the fact that everybody will know the role you are playing in what Nigeria is today. When we talk about people being, divisive rhetorics and so many other things that get people divided in Nigeria, a lot of us know them. But what I do on Maiyegun's Diary Politico is that, listen, if we can pay attention very well, the situation we found ourselves today as Nigeria, right, did not start today. The hatred, the killings, the political divisions, and so many other things, devices that you see today, they did not start today. So on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, you will have a privilege of understanding the role everybody plays in the past and in the present. Okay? Even you who are currently living in the present, I will make you realize the role you are playing, either enabling what is going on or your effort in ensuring that what is happening stops happening. So because of this, on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, having been very honest and then sincere in presenting the happenings, right, we were able to discover that the criminals who destroyed Nigeria to this day, they cut across every tribe, ethnic, every region, and every religion. So in this case, we got to begin to understand how to then deal with them without us involving or attaching ourselves to them. It starts from when you learn history. As we say, the first thing you must try to avoid is to become the prisoner of that history. You should never inherit any other people's enemy. You can learn from that to caution and be very careful in what you get yourselves involved in. Possibly not do what they did that brought us here. Okay? So they want us divided. They are so popular, rhetorics and all that. On Maiyegun's Diary Politico, you can have clarity. Clarity like, oh, Nigeria is messed up. Who are those responsible? Am I one of them? Are my progenitors one of them? What is my present role in the present situation of, am I contributing to the division? or I am doing my best for everyone, for everyone to understand what we are up against and the people we are up against. So if we can agree that we are all victims of all this misrule and terrible leadership, their decisions created poverty. Their decisions, their political decisions led to war. It's not even war, it's a genocide. Ethnic cleansing of the Igbos. The division, their political decisions or disagreements led to what you have today, where even murderous group called the Fulani groups continue to claim the right to kill, except they get what they want. Political decisions of those in the past. So if all of us want to be out of the logjam, we won't inherit their enemies. We will not inherit their enmities. We are going to learn from all the mistakes they made. Part of the mistakes they make, personally, I know that those who wanted Nigeria to remain one country for God knows why, except for their own possibly personal view and then probably vision. So if all of us who are the descendants of those who brought Nigeria to this place, you and I didn't create ourselves, by the way, and you and I did not make ourselves Nigerians. We were brought into this contraption, right? And to sustain the contraption, they would love you and I to hate ourselves. Like, just hate me. I'm a Yoruba man. Oh, I'm a Middle Beltan. Oh, because I'm a Middle Beltan. Remember the Middle Beltans who slaughtered the Igbos? The Igbos that are trying to run away from the murderous Sharia North? Oh, yeah, your ancestors killed our ancestors. I hate you for that. If I have a chance, I want to kill you. That is you inheriting other people's enemies. It won't help you. It just further nourishes the fraudulent existence called Nigeria, because, yeah, Nigeria exists based on the innocent blood, all of our blood. But, you know, when we kind of finally agree and begin to say, you know what, I don't want to sort of impose, okay? Like, you are Tifis, you are Berums, you are Jukuns, you are this, you are Middle Beltans, right? Great. You could kind of be your own country in a way that I can be in my own country, my own space, respect all I believe and all I kind of own, right? So when people, we the descendants of those generations, begin to talk to ourselves like, listen, instead of us hating or rivaling and all of that, we don't even want to be together. Why would our own parents, why did our progenitors actually agree to still be together? So instead of hating ourselves, we can actually understand ourselves and indeed mutually possibly agree to go our separate ways without having to kill ourselves, as everyone is saying. So that's what I do on Maiyegun's Diary Political. I want you to see the problem. I want you to see Nigeria for what Nigeria is, not what they tell you as that Nigeria is. I want you to see Nigeria for what Nigeria is. An unreal place, a zobo they sold to us that doesn't represent anything of any value, of anything that any of us can really say, this is what makes us Nigerian. Now, but when you now understand it better, you begin to understand why it shouldn't exist, right? You begin to understand the concept of self-rule and self-determination. Then you understand the reason why nobody should deceive you to pick up arms and kill other people because they want their own country. You want a generation to understand that you are not going to go and join any army to kill other people because they want their country. Now you understand why they do. In fact, you want yours too. That is what Maiyegun's Diary Political is all about. Understanding this and understanding that you don't really have to inherit other people's enemies. We're all going to die anyway, right? But somehow we all have a dream. We do have dreams, right? But when it comes to Nigeria, there's nothing called Nigerian dream. It's all mirage. But if enough people don't understand it, yes, the owners of Nigeria will continue to put uniform on so many people. Hausas, Yorubas, Fulanis, Igbos, Ijos, and the rest. They will be putting uniforms on them, giving them guns to come after you just for trying to exist. Do you understand? That's why I'm trying to saying, listen, I understand everybody's difference. I know we can all talk dirty. We can all talk bullshit. We can say a lot of things based on what we heard about ourselves. But at the end of the day, we are not doing ourselves any favor. We are just helping them to maintain the status quo. Stay divided. Stay hateful to yourselves. Do not tolerate yourself. Do not even have to talk to yourself. Just look for an opportunity to kill yourself and justify it. Maiyegun's Diary Political's purpose will be defeated if that is exactly what they achieve. I am trying to achieve the opposite. I want you to see other people for who they are, respect them for who they are, and ignore every other nonsense you've been told. Study them and realize that if all of us get sense, Nigeria shouldn't be one country. And if there's going to be any Nigeria, this is not how it's going to exist. What you have is a contraption of 8. We can begin to understand the 8. By trying to be the different person that we should be. So let me take another call because my time is almost up. I do have a caller. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
Maiyegun.
Good evening, sir.
I'm so glad good evening, sir. I'm so glad I made it today for the first time.
Oh, I'm so glad that you didn't give up.
My name is Oluwalomo. Let me put it that way.
Oluwalomo, sir.
Lomo. Yeah, I'm from Odogbolu as well. Maiyegun, I am I'm very, very upset. I'm very, very upset about Nigeria. And not just these fools calling themselves leaders. It's the enablers. That is my problem. Maiyegun, I have a friend that lost his 1-year-old baby because the oxygen went out in Lagos hospital. This same guy is an ardent pro APC person. And then somehow he got sponsorship to the UK through the APC. And we are in the same WhatsApp group. You can't say anything against APC. It will come after you. I keep telling you, God bless Nigeria. For how long? For how long? What tragedy would be so much that losing your own baby to an ineffectual system? A system killed your baby. That is how rotten our people's brains are. What more tragedy as a family, you know? So I am really, really angry. When I call these people, like, hey, these Fulani people, they have an agenda. Take it or take it. Like it or like it. They are not backing down. They can wait. The middle belters, they'll be like a shield with the South. They are coming to the South. They are coming to your land. They are coming after you. If you don't know history, go and learn history. If you don't know history, you are half educated. They are coming after you. And we have to keep talking. I will not back down.
No.
So far that you have your whatever he lokan or whatever he calls in himself, he put a whole Omoluabi under the boss.
Baba, we watch it where people who are supposed to be respected people, Baba, they defended a drug dealer, certificate forger. Baba, I gave up that moment. Like, forget it. It's all lost.
Maiyegun, I don't know, but we must not keep quiet. I am so happy for people like you. I bless God for people like you. And we are not backing down.
No.
I told that idiot that we would keep talking. If you don't appreciate us, your own
die,
children,
they will say you need to respect the dead. So they want you to lie where that person is. And somebody you lost your own child to an ineffective system, right? Then you escape from Nigeria into a system that is so far different from where you are coming from. And right there from there, you are encouraging that barbaric system to continue to kill other people's children, right?
Somebody who should be angrier even than me.
And then you want me to kind of begin to speak nice at your burial. Mad lie that you're a great person, a lovely person. Really?
I mean, and these people will come after you. But we are not backing down.
No.
For all their I become a nuisance to them.
You need to keep grudges, Baba. Baba, you hear the program from the start. I said, see, all of you who genuinely rejected Thiefnubu in order to avoid a time like this, that they are telling you to move on, or you are a sore loser, it's because of Obi and all of that stuff. Do not agree with anybody. Do not back down. Your right to hold grudges is legit. A lot of you wanted to avoid this, but now you are in it. It's happening to you. Somebody is saying you are a sore loser. Or what do you think, Baba?
And again, for this opportunity, I want to address some set of people.
Yes, sir.
And those are the Igbo brothers. My Igbo brothers, please, any Igbo you see, they follow one Nigeria. That person. I can't imagine myself election, if I were an Igbo person, I mean, I'm not in Nigeria.
Yeah.
If I were an Igbo person in Lagos and I witnessed that, and I still follow one Nigeria, then something is, I'm a mad person.
Something is wrong with you. Exactly.
Some idiots are still investing in Lagos. Are you stupid? By yourself. Do you know what the Israelites said?
So tomorrow they will come here. They
Egypt?
want us to say, "Oh, this is so bad. Why are you doing this?" So I understand that a lot of people don't just want to accept the fact that this Nigeria is not for you. Okay, but when you become victim, who do you cry to? What do you want us to do then?
They don't want you. Let us speak in one voice. Please call your brothers to order. These people don't want you. If I'm a Yoruba man, if I were Igbo in Lagos, I even look like an Igbo person. Some people will give. They will
so you are the type that they will say you don't look Yoruba enough.
Look,
you see?
Look at me. Maiyegun tell them. Please tell them. For the fact that I look like an Igbo, I don't feel safe in Lagos anymore.
No, you don't. And you are not.
Let them know. In Lagos anymore. Can't you just see? Are you guys blind? What's happening to you? I will see them on social media. Nigeria, my country.
Where's your country?
Me, I dey vex. I dey para, but I don't want to go that route. I met one guy in Dallas, an Igbo man from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He was telling me he was preaching one Nigeria to me. We spoke for like 1 hour. What they are preaching one Nigeria for me? Show me that they are ruling.
Like Shonoma.
Guy, Igbo he lived in the
Igbo guy preaching one Nigeria to you.
Igbo guy, I'm preaching for me. I was like, God, please just excuse me. I don't pay me more. Don't even call me. He wanted to convince me. So
normal.
If I were a fellow Igbo, I will fight on that day. But Yoruba ni me, come on, Igbo and Yoruba fight.
There are people like that. There are people like that. You see, they actually think they are slick. Baba. They feel like they are being patriotic. Or more, who are you deceiving? Yourself or yourself?
Let them go and read this shit. Yakubu go on.
Patriotic Nigerians from abroad.
You are seeing all this like Yakubu go on. Ni platform say shame on you, sir. Shame on you.
You are talking about Yakubu go on. What about Babangida and Abdul Salami in Niger?
Shame on Yakubu. Omo platform ni Yakubu na. Ṣé bó ló ti defeat àwọn police war. Ojú ayé ẹ̀ ni na. Wọ́n ní ká pé láyé ká bá yẹ wà mú kan ni. Ó pé láyé ojú ayé rere. See your people. I saw those children. Anybody, God bless Nigeria. If you are a G, you're saying God bless Nigeria, you are going to hell. All of my disgrace here at the ministry. If you saw those they drive me, they concentrate more. I have friends that work in the north. They tell me they have an agenda. Oh, I just mentioned my name. Sorry. They have an agenda. Yeah, they have an agenda. It is they've been killing it just for a long time. A lot of these things do not make the news. Anytime those people want to fight back, then you see military declare curfew immediately. Declare curfew.
So who is deceiving you?
Take too much time. I don't want to take too much time because of people.
Very much.
Let me just say a quick shout out. The African Wahala. I don't know who you are. I love you. Thank you so much, African Wahala. Osita. Prince the Jeje man and all those guys that are still holding alongside with Maiyegun. I know we'll get there someday. We'll not keep quiet, so we'll not keep quiet at the part at the vet.
God bless you. All the best. You take it easy and then keep the energy like that. Okay, it's a very right energy, and that is what I encourage tonight. Keep your grudges. All of you who continue to stand your ground against Thiefnubu that they are telling you to move on, don't move on. Stay there. Never. Drag them and continue to put the energy because they want you to forget. They want you to normalize it. They want you to kind of feel like it's okay to live in an utopia called Nigeria. Brother, take it easy, okay? You have a good one, sir. This is going to be me drawing. That's how we're going to draw the curtains tonight. I am a bit tired now. So I want to say thank you to every one of us who participated tonight. My new members, my new subscribers, my super chatters, and everybody who has been, like always, sharing. Thank you. To those of you who pay your tithes every now and then before you are told, bless you. And if you haven't really liked the broadcast, by the way, please do before you go. If you joined us midway, you can go back and watch from the starts. But if you have been with me all along, I want to say thank you. And I will see you some other time. Take it easy. Wow. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Maiyegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Maiyegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Maiyegun Diary, Diary political.
Maiyegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Maiyegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.